Hello, everyone. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. I am Jeff Lightsey Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have some developments in the Young Dolph murder case. This is the Young Dolph murder case that is taking place currently in Memphis, Tennessee. Young Dolph was slain inside of a Makeda's cookie bakery down there in Memphis. Reports come out saying that he was going to get some cookies for his mother. The news is reporting that he was also just a few days away from his annual turkey drive. Young Dolph gives away turkeys to the city of Memphis, underprivileged parts of the city of Memphis. And now the police are confirming that this picture that you're currently looking at are the two gunmen who allegedly shot and killed Young Dolph in broad daylight in Memphis, Tennessee. Once again, the police are confirming, and these are the pictures that have been released of the two gunmen who allegedly shot and killed Young Dolph in broad daylight in Memphis, Tennessee. If you look at this picture, you see two gunmen with masks, with hoodies, dark colored hoodies, mask on, and it is clear that they were on a mission to take away the life of Young Dolph right there in Memphis, Tennessee. In the background of this picture, you can see Young Dolph's his camo colored car in the back, and that made him an easy target for people that wanted to do harm to him, as he has a very distinct camo colored car that is clearly in the background of this murder. This is something very, very sad. This picture was surfacing around the internet last night, and I didn't want to bring it to your attention until the police confirmed that this is the picture of the two alleged shooters of Young Dolph. Now, there is a ton of information that continues to come out, by the minute, by the hour, about what actually took place yesterday around 1 p.m. at a Makeda's Cookie Bakery in Memphis, Tennessee, where Young Dolph was allegedly killed in broad daylight. These are the once again, I want for any of you who are just now entering the chat, this is a picture of the alleged, we say alleged because they will get their day in court, the alleged shooters of Young Dolph outside of Makeda's Bakery in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I'm also going to show you some other things today. We're going to look at the statement because there's a lot of things that are at play right here. One, we take these alleged shooters took away a life. They took away a life of a man who was a provider. They took away a life of a man who was a business owner. They took away a life of a man who has a family. They took away a life of a man who does a lot of things in his community. So they took away this life. But not only is it devastating to Young Dolph, his family, the people that he provide for, his business associates, his business partners, those who are assigned to his Paper Route Empire label, but they also, because this is a highly publicized case, and a lot of times when highly publicized cases are put out there, they want to, the cities and the police officers and things of that nature, they want to find the people who did this. Someone asked, is that a Draco? I don't know. It's what it looks like. I mean, I put it's what it looks like from the news report, and I'm going to play you the news report. From the news report, apparently one is an automatic weapon and one is a semi-automatic weapon that was used in the slaying of Young Dolph. There hasn't been, there's been no confirmed reports about how many times he was actually hit, but all of this took place. But like I said, I want to tell you the facts, and then I also want to let you know, really put this into context. Like I said, they took away the life of this man, once again, who was a provider for his family, his business. He owns a business, all of those things. their lives are going to be ruined, because I fully do believe that the law enforcement down there in Memphis, because this case is so highly publicized, are going to find these young men. And once they find these young men who look to be, black men, I don't know, obviously they're very well covered up, but their lives are going to be ruined. Their family is going to be devastated. Everything that's a part of them is going to be ruined. And let's not forget the fact that this incident, this crime, this murder took place in front of a business. This place of business is also going to be drastically affected by what took place. Who knows when Makeda's Cookies Bakery will be able to open once again. So now you have these people who are innocent bystanders, who have nothing to do with any of this street stuff. Their business is now in jeopardy. Their business is now closed down. There is no telling if or when, and it's a big if, their business will ever be allowed to open again. And that is just sad. All of these factors are in play now that this has taken place. So there's so many things we have to think about. Well, this is a black-owned business that may be out of business because of what these alleged shooters wanted to do to this man. And there's this man who was gone, who is no longer able to provide for his family. Yes, Rashida Heron, Makeda's is a black-owned business, and I want to give you some context behind Makeda's. Makeda's, from the stories that I read, anybody in the chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Makeda's, the name Makeda, comes from a young lady from Memphis who passed away from leukemia. The business owners of this bakery named their business in honor of this young lady, this young girl, this little girl. I think she was around 10 years old. They named their business after the death of a young girl from Memphis who died from leukemia. So think about that. There's a potential that this black-owned business could no longer be in business because of this violence that took place right at their doorsteps, right at the foot of their doorsteps. Now, I want to play for you the news report that came out today. Let me share my screen. This is from Fox 13 down there in Memphis. And this is from this morning. The reporter was on the scene at Makeda's this morning. Let's play for you this. Let me see. Overlay. Yes, so let me play for you the Fox 13 report out of Memphis, Tennessee this morning.
In broad daylight. Jeremy Pierre was the first to report this sobering news. He joins us live. And Jeremy, there are pictures of two possible suspects.
Looks like
Floating around on social media. In the last 10 minutes, you have confirmed these pictures are legitimate. Let's see them.
Yeah, and we've seen these pictures all over the internet. Look, I sent them to 3 separate law enforcement sources, and look, this surveillance camera right here caught their images. Two gunmen. I want to get straight to it. Take a look at your screen, folks. It's very vivid. You see that these men both have guns in their hand. One, a handgun. Another looks to be what they call in certain communities a chopper. Now, understanding that Memphis police, we received that information that they are possibly looking for 2 suspects in this killing, and now we're seeing it after getting confirmation again from 3 law enforcement sources, 3 separate law enforcement sources, that these pictures right here are legit. And even in one of those pictures, you even see in the corner of one of those pictures, you see Young Dolph's camouflage vehicle that happened to be parked right in front of Makeda's just yesterday. Now, of course, this scene, it took a lot for Memphis police to process the scene, because you got to understand that at any given point, emotions were intense, and understanding they had to keep people out of this area. But again, 3 separate law enforcement sources basically confirming that these are pictures of the gunman responsible for killing Young Dolph. Now, of course, we're going to continue to follow up on this story, and even back here live this morning, you can see that people are beginning to build a memorial for Young Dolph here in front of Makeda's Still sad event. And it's going to be sad for a long time. Now, of course, we want you to stay with us all throughout Good Morning Memphis, continuing to stay on top of this story. Reporting live this morning here near the airport, Jeremy Pierre, Fox 13 News.
Jeremy, as we look at those pictures, looks like at least one of those is an automatic weapon.
Yeah, one of them happens to be an automatic weapon.
It looks like my internet doesn't want to work all the way.
Semi-automatic weapon is what the other weapon looks to be as well. Now, understanding we're still working to get confirmation from Memphis police as to where they are in this investigation, where they are looking for those two gunmen you see the pictures of right there.
Oh, all right, good work there.
And I want to.
This is your living room / yoga shanti.
I want to also make it evident that you saw in that that live that he did, you saw that the store was boarded up. You saw that Makeda's was boarded up, and that lets me know that place is going to be closed for a very long time. That lets me know that place is going to be closed for a very long time, and that black-owned business may or may not ever reopen. And that is the sad thing, because multiple tragedies have taken place during this incident. Obviously, the life was lost of Young Dolph. Obviously, his family loses a provider. A business loses the top of their business, their CEO, their owner, their founder. He is no longer here to kiss his family, to touch his family, to do all of these things. And now you have these young men who are on the run. You have these young men whose lives will forever be affected. You have these young men who, I don't know, man. It's just so much that is going on. Now, someone in the chat lets me know that they have 2 locations. That's good to know. That's good to know, to let me know that this business will not be totally lost potentially. That lets me know that, hopefully they're able to sustain and continue their business. I want to also show you the statement put out by Makeda's, the owners of the cookie store, the bakery that was the location of the homicide of Young Dolph. So let me share that really quick. Let me move this around. This is a statement put out by Makeda's. It says Makeda's Cookies gave a statement on Facebook Thursday morning after the fatal shooting that took rapper Young Dolph's life in front of their store on November 17th. It says, because of the senseless tragedy, Makeda's Cookies has decided to close today. We are heartbroken and saddened by the passing of Young Dolph. He was a regular customer and loved Makeda's Cookies. Our hearts and condolences go out to his family. In the post, the business is heartbroken of the passing. They announced they will be closed and most likely to avoid the crowds that will surround the cookie store for the following days. Now, that's all the new information, or just information that is out there that I wanted to bring to you. But this is the biggest thing. The pictures have surfaced of 2 alleged shooters that took the life of Young Dolph right in front of a cookie store in South Memphis. 2 alleged shooters who the police are looking for, 2 alleged shooters that the police have confirmed these were the shooters that took the life of Young Dolph, and that they are persons of interest. And this is who they are looking for. Us as a community, we have to do better. Us as a community, we have to want more for our black men. We should have to want more for our families. We have to want more for our people of power, our people of influence. And this is just a sad day, man. This is just a sad day. And you guys know me, you guys tune in enough to know that there's too many young black men. I mean, Young Dolph was 36 years old. Young Dolph was 36 years old. He has 2 small children. a daughter who I want to say is around 4 years old, and a son that's no older than 9 or 10. Two small children that will now have to live the rest of their lives without their father. And that is simply the case in too many black families across this country. And we must band together to continue to do what's best for our community. RIP Young Dolph. My name is Jeff Lightsey Jr. with the Black Boss Channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time.